Last night, The Late Show with Stephen Colbert erupted into a full-blown war zone. Senator JD Vance, the Ohio firebrand and staunch Trump loyalist, was abruptly kicked off the set after a fierce showdown that left the audience stunned, the internet buzzing, and late-night TV shaken to its core. Sources reveal what began as a highly anticipated interview, with Vance proudly touting his rural roots and political rise, quickly spiraled into a brutal clash. Colbert's sharp jabs met Vance's fiery retorts, igniting a firestorm that ended in chaos. A walk-off no one saw coming. Before we break down the madness, drop a comment with where you're watching from, and hit subscribe for more wild stories like this. Vance, known for his hillbilly elegy memoir and his 2024 VP run with Trump, strode onto the stage brimming with confidence, ready to defend both his record and his party's agenda. But Colbert wasn't about to play nice. Opening with a biting quip, Colbert smirked. JD, you here to sell Appalachia or just Trump's latest grift? The jab, heavy with sarcasm, hit hard. The crowd reacted, some laughing, others stiffening, as Vance shot back with a smirk. I'm here for truth. Stephen, not your cheap shots. The tension escalated quickly. Colbert cued a clip of Vance's recent campaign speech railing against elites and praising Trump's wins, his tone raw and defiant. That's quite a sermon, Colbert said, a sly grin on his face. But is it grit, or just a guy cashing in on the red state vote? Vance fired back coolly. It's grit you'll never understand, Stephen. I've lived it. You just mock it from your cushy chair. The audience split, some cheering, others jeering, as producers watched nervously, sensing the segment slipping wildly off script. Trouble was brewing early. What really got everyone talking wasn't just the heated back and forth, it was how personal it got. Vance refused to be the punching bag. Leaning in, he shot. You don't know my people, Stephen. You're just a coastal snob with a mic. Colbert pounced instantly. Snob? I'm not the one cozying up to billionaires, JD. He shot back, targeting Vance's Trump ties and Senate fundraising. The room shifted. Vance's jaw tightened. The audience buzzed with gasps and shouts. The clash dove into raw territory, with insiders noting Colbert's grin widening. He smelled a fight, and Vance was ready to throw down. The night was just heating up. The heated showdown on The Late Show exploded as Colbert unleashed a barrage of cutting jabs, turning a tense interview into a full-on brawl. The studio crackled with electricity, producers scrambling as chaos barreled in after Vance called. Out Colbert's coastal elitism, the host fired back with venom, setting the stage for a showdown lighting up every corner of the internet. Colbert's eyes glinted as he zeroed in on Vance's Trump allegiance. Cozying up to billionaires, JD. Your hillbilly roots must feel pretty far away now. He mocked, rolling a clip of Vance at a Trump rally, grinning with donors. The crowd reacted instantly, some chuckling, others whispering, while Vance's face hardened. That's loyalty, Stephen. Something you wouldn't understand. You flip-flop for laughs. Vance snapped, drawing cheers from the divided crowd. The tension thickened with every exchange. Colbert didn't flinch. Loyalty or AASH? JD, you went from rags to riches. Now you're Trump's lapdog. Colbert jabbed ruthlessly. Vance snapped back, voice rising. Lapdog? The battle was on. No retreat, no surrender. I'm fighting for the people you ignore, Stephen. You're just a puppet for corporate cash that keeps you barking. Vance shot back fiercely. The crowd erupted, some standing, shouting, Get him! Others jeered as producers whispered frantically in their headsets, panic rising. The segment was spiraling out of control fast. What fueled the fire wasn't just the insults. It was Vance's defiance. Insiders say he leaned in, voice raw and defiant. "You mock my story, Stephen. I clawed my way out of nothing. You inherited this desk." Colbert grinned, eyes sharp. "Clawed out? No, JD. You clawed into power, selling out those roots you brag about." His words sliced through the room, splitting the audience wider. Some chanting, "JD, JD," while others laughed, phones out filming. Ex-posts exploded as the clash grew brutal and personal, the stakes soaring. The studio pulsed, with electricity. Sources say Vance's hands clenched tightly. "I'm not your punching bag, Stephen. I'll take you down." His threat was loud, shaky. Colbert pounced. "Take me down? You're shaking, JD. Your Trump armor's cracking." Pointing at Vance's tense frame, the crowd roared, some rushing the stage edge, others yelling. Producers frantically signaled for a break, hands waving, but Vance shouted over them, "I'm not done. You don't cut me off." His voice boomed through the chaos, swelling. Insiders say he was pushing too far, the night racing toward a breaking point. The real explosion was just ahead. The Late Show with Stephen Colbert hit a fever pitch as Senator JD Vance, the Ohio senator and Trump's fierce ally, clashed with Colbert in a confrontation that exploded into pure chaos. The host's relentless taunts drove Vance into a raging meltdown, turning the studio into a shouting match, the audience into a mob, the segment into a wildfire no one could contain. Sources say Vance's vow to take down Colbert after the host mocked his Trump ties lit the fuse, sending the clash spiraling into a screaming showdown, now the talk of the nation. Colbert, smirk unwavering, leaned into Vance's rage. "Cracking, JD. Your hillbilly act's fading. Just a Senate sellout now." His voice was cold, cutting, as he flashed a mock graphic. Vance surrounded by swirling Trump dollar signs. The crowd reacted hard, some laughing, others booing, while Vance's eyes blazed. "Sellout? I'm real, Stephen. You're a fake, peddling lies for claps." His voice was loud, trembling as the audience split, cheers clashing with jeers, producers waving hands to hold the live feed steady, chaos unfolding. The host struck again. "Real? You're Trump's puppet, JD, dancing for his cash, his crowd." His jab was vicious, personal. Vance roared back, standing firm. "Puppet? I'm my own man. Stephen, you're the puppet. Corporate strings jerking you." His fists slammed, the desk, the thud echoing through the room. The crowd erupted, some chanting, "JD fights," others shouting, "Sit down," phones filming, ex-posts surging. Vance snapped, one reply going viral instantly. Colbert grinned. "Your own man. You're shaking, JD. Trump's got you wound tight." Pointing at Vance's trembling hands, the room ignited. What turned this into madness wasn't just the words. It was Vance breaking. Insiders say he towered over the desk. "You don't know me, Stephen. I've bled for my people. You've bled for ratings." His voice cracked, raw. Colbert fired back coldly. "Bled? You're bleeding now, JD. Cracking live." Colbert taunted mercilessly. The audience surged, some rushing the stage's edge, others yelling, "Finish him!" Vance shouted back, wild and unhinged. "I'll finish you, you smug hack." Suffer. Crowd fed the frenzy. Cups tossed, phones live streaming. Energy spiraled. The breaking point hit. Sources say producers urgently signaled security. "He's losing it." But Vance pressed on, voice booming and shaking. "You're nothing, Stephen. I'll tear this down." Colbert stood firm. "Tear it down? You're falling apart, JD. Get out." His command was sharp, final. The crowd roared, some chanting, "Kick him out." Others pleaded, Let him stay. Vance ripped off his mic. I'm not your toy. You're done. He hurled the mic at the desk, the crash resounding. Security lunged, grabbing his arms as he thrashed, yelling, Let me go! I'll walk! His fury raw. Chaos peaked, X exploded with posts. Vance's meltdown trending, clips looping endlessly. The kick-out was seconds away. The Late Show with Stephen Colbert erupted into absolute bedlam last night as Senator JD Vance, Ohio's Trump-backed warrior, was forcibly kicked off the set after a heated clash with Colbert. The confrontation spiraled into a screaming frenzy, ending with Vance's dramatic exit, the studio in uproar, the nation glued to screens, stunned by the fallout. Sources say Vance's meltdown, after vowing to tear Colbert down, met the host's final shove, sparking a chaotic ejection, rewriting late-night history. Online, the viral force was undeniable. Vance, mic crashing against the desk, thrashed against security. Let me go, I'll walk. His voice hoarse, furious, as guards gripped him, pulling him back. Colbert stood tall. You're done, JD. Hit the road. His command icy, triumphant. The crowd exploded, some cheering wildly, others booing, shouting, Let him stay! As Vance struggled, he spat back. You're a coward, Stephen, hiding behind them. His words wild, fading as security dragged him toward the wings, his shoes scraping the exit live on air. The audience went berserk. Insiders say some leapt up, phones flashing, filming Vance's retreat. Others pounded seats, chanting, Trump's boy falls, while a few shouted, Stand strong, JD. The room was a storm of noise, producers frozen, headsets silent. He's gone, one muttered. The live feed held steady, capturing Vance vanishing as Colbert waved. There goes the hillbilly, folks. Show's over. The quip was sharp, mocking, drawing roars and laughter. Chaos swelled, some tossing debris, others streaming live. The energy untamed. What made this moment seismic wasn't just the kick-out. It was Vance's collapse. Sources report his defiance broke as security pushed him out. I'll be back. You'll pay. His voice trailing weakly. Colbert sat grinning. Pay. You paid tonight, JD. Wet and shame dripped from Vance's brutal parting shot. The crowd split wider, cheers clashing. With boos, X igniting with clips of his exit trending. One post read, Kicked off, racking up shares. Another showed his mic toss. Colbert owns him. Going viral. Millions watched the downfall loop over and over. Insiders say producers were split. Some saw ratings soar. Others feared backlash. The chaos too raw to spin. The aftermath struck fast. Vance's team went dark. Sources hint he raged backstage. They'll regret this. His voice shaking. But the damage was sealed. His tough guy image cracked. Colbert basked in it. That's how you handle a senator, he quipped. The crowd still buzzed, some rushing the stage, others filming. As security cleared the set, the night ending ablaze online. The story flipped. One thread read, Colbert unstoppable. Another claimed, he played him cold. The host's win locked in, the fallout primed to roar. A storm nobody could douse. The fallout from Senator JD Vance's chaotic ejection on The Late Show has unleashed a tidal wave of reaction. The heated clash and dramatic kick-out turned a live TV showdown into a national obsession, leaving Vance reeling and Colbert reigning. Internet and airwaves ablaze with takes that won't fade. What began as a bold interview ended with Vance's tough facade shattered. His walk-off was a viral spectacle. The aftermath is reshaping his image, rewriting late night's playbook in real time. Insiders report Vance stumbled backstage, fury boiling. They'll pay for this. His voice raw as aides hustled him out, dodging press. Meanwhile, X erupted with his tweet, hours later. Truth doesn't bend, I'll rise. It pulled 150,000 likes but was swamped by replies. You fell, JD. 1R trending fast with looping clips of his mic toss exit. Millions watching. Vance owns a viral thread, memes of clenched fists captioned, Hillbilly Heartbreak, flooding TikTok. Beyond supporters rally. He's a fighter. They cheated, one post urged. But the tide surged. The grit behind Vance's image cracked wide open. Colbert's team saw the win clearly. Sources say his next show opened with, "We had a senator. He brought heat. I brought the boot." The quip was smug, victorious, pulling record ratings, a 55% jump as viewers got hooked on the chaos. Insiders hint Colbert is crowing. Vance thought he'd roll me. I rolled him. His crew buzzes with talk of more bold plays, while analysts note he crushed it. But whispers warn he's now a target. The triumph edged with risk. The crowd's roar echoed online. Colbert rules! His crown locked tighter. The internet split, like lightning. Vance's base mourned. They ambushed him. He's gold. One X post read, racking up shares. Critics fired back. Trump's lapdog down another notch. The viral status exploded into debates. Was it too much? Clips of Vance's meltdown dissected. He snapped. One pundit said. Colbert baited him perfectly. Another added. Predictions of a Senate bruise surfaced. Trump camp chatter spiked. Sources say Vance's team is holding steady, plotting a counterstrike. Maybe a rival hit. His silence speaks volumes. The loss stings. And the ripple effects are seismic. Late nights shaken. Experts call it a shift. Colbert rewrote the rules. Or broke them. Networks now weigh bolder guests. Against tighter control. Risking a fade if they misstep. Viewers remain divided. Half cheer. He smashed a senator. Half cringe. Too harsh. The clash marks a turning point. Vance's fall. Colbert's rise carved in viral stone. But this isn't over. It's a spark. Vance's comeback. Colbert's next move. Set to blaze. So stay locked in, if you're hooked on this madness. Smash that subscribe button now. Don't miss the next fire.